Hey guys, I'm Chris from Aachen. I have been VPTM here during the term of 16-17, so I'm not currently a VPTM anymore, but I wanted to share a little bit about recruitment with you because basically during the last two recruitments in Aachen we have been pretty successful with the strategy that we've been deploying, so I wanted to give you a little shout out and explain to you a little bit more in depth how I went about recruitment. Basically all of the stuff I'm going to tell you is already in the post that I've shared with you, but this is like a little me right away speaking with you guys and sharing what I know about recruitment. So maybe some people prefer to get it in video form, some people prefer reading it. Basically it's the same content, and if you have any further questions, just approach me. My contact details are on my profile on Slack, so you can just do that right away. Yeah, let's just dive in right away. The first thing you need to do for successful recruitment is HR planning. So you have to plan how many people you need for the different teams. If your VPs are going to give you some bullshit like, yeah, I want to plan my numbers bottom up and I can't yet tell you how many people I'm going to need and stuff like that, just kick their asses, because basically they have a general idea if they want to grow or not in the next term or in the next semester. So there's a difference between the members that you need to deliver 20 exchanges or 50 exchanges, and like that basic number that should be clear to them, so they can plan with a team structure that would be able to deliver those exchange experiences. So that should not be an obstacle. Just push them to give you an actual number, how many people they are going to need and what people they are going to need. Then you go into how many people you already have in your LC. So talk to the old members, approach them, ask them, are you going to be a member of ISEC in Aachen or ISEC in wherever you're coming from of the LC in the next semester? And if the answer is yes, great. If the answer is no, count them out. So you're going to need to replace them with somebody else. And if the answer is I don't know, count them out as well. Because basically experience has shown that people that are not certain if they are going to stay, usually drop out, and if they don't drop out, they're not the most productive members, so you're gonna need to replace them anyways. Cool. So with that in mind, you now have the number of actual people that you're gonna need to recruit to have your LC full of HR capacity. Next thing you're gonna need to work out in order to give a good recruitment performance is the channels that you're gonna use. So basically there are two bigger channels, which is on the one hand online and on the other hand offline. Those are the big two. Online is everything like Facebook, Snapchat. I think somebody posted somewhere like they did a Tinder profile where they wanted to attract people, stuff like that. So like everything that pushes people to right away sign up on isec.de/membership or whatever it is right now, that stuff changes quickly. So everything that pushes people to directly sign up is like for me in the category of online marketing. And then we have offline marketing, which is like the info booth, lecture presentations, whatever, like marketing activities that are physical, like handing out flyers. Some people actually raised stuff from companies, so smoothies, for example, in Göttingen, I think, innocent smoothies, and ice cream or something in Münster. Unfortunately, we in Aachen, we don't have the right to do that, but those are awesome things as well to do during marketing. It's fun as well and stuff like that. So that are offline activities, or info evenings, stuff like that. That's offline. Generally, online marketing is a lot less work. So for online marketing, I just needed to do it by myself, and recruitment could have been done. But in general, I have the feeling, and this is not database because I couldn't fix any data. I tried in the ISEC Germany data stuff, but it didn't work out because the data is shit. And so basically, offline marketing, for me at least, has a legacy effect. So it's something that you do. It doesn't create the most signups, but it creates approachability and people knowing that actually there are people behind ISEC. It's not like those people that always post into the different student groups or like send people abroad, and it's like helping less fortunate children in other countries to learn English or stuff, but it's like they're actually people who are passionate about something and who want to like show what they do and the culture they are living or stuff like that to other people. And that creates approachability, and approachability is always great if you want to get them into the interview process or later on in the GV process, so like as a sign-up. So there's a certain legacy effect, in my opinion, that offline marketing is creating. So only relying on online marketing is okay, but it's short-sighted because in the long run you will lose with that strategy, in my opinion. And that's an opinion. I just wanted to state that very clearly. So figure out all of the different channels that you're gonna use or that are possibly usable in any way. So I heard about the idea from Malu, for example, from Leipzig, that she wanted to do a little video telling about Isaac and the experience that they're having, stuff like that. That's cool. That's totally valuable and feasible. So just try to just be creative and use all of the different channels that are out there. In general, I come back to how I did online marketing later on, so I give you some more tips about that. Right. Third one is strategy. So you will need to come up with a quota of signups per channel that you want to generate. So you list down all your channels, like online marketing, posting on Facebook, online marketing, posting videos on Facebook, online marketing, creating info evening events in Facebook, stuff like that. So all of the different channels, doing info evenings, info booths, lecture presentations, flyering, whatever. And then you write right next to that how many people you want to get per channel. So for example, online marketing, like posting on Facebook, I want to get 5 signups out of that. Like lecture presentations, I want to get 10 signups out of that. Stuff like that. So you have a clear overview how many people you want to get from which channel. Then you plan how much do you need to put into this channel to actually generate those signups. And that's a rough estimate here. So for example, I need to post into 60 student groups to approach 5,000 students or whatever. And out of those 5,000 students, I will get 10 signups or something. So just, it's a matter of numbers here. It's just like setting concrete goals, how many people to get out of which channel in general. So you have a nice overview later on to create a timeline. Then the fourth step is to create a timeline. It's basically you plan out when you want to be ready with recruitment, like full filled up with an LC and everything is fine. And then you backwards plan from there how much time you're gonna need for interviewing and selecting and inducting people. And then you put after that, or like before that, you put all the different marketing activities that you're gonna do over the period of time that you have for recruitment. So in my experience, like something like at least 4 weeks for recruitment, at least, like just getting the signups and stuff, to 6-8 weeks would be optimal. So you have a lot of time and you don't need to like rely on just everyone signing up, but you can be picky about it later on. So that way you have a little bit of liberty in how you go about recruitment. I did my last recruitment in 4 weeks. That was good, it was feasible, it was doable. And before that, I planned my timeline for, I think it was 2 months, so 8 weeks, just to give you a short overview, like including induction and selection and all of that stuff. Right, and then after that you create check-ins. So every week you're gonna check in how many signups you got from which channel. So you have the timeline with the different channels listed out and how many people you wanted to get, and then you can look up in Xbar how many people you got per day on the different days, and you can like put those 2 and 2 together to create an overview of which channel was best and which channel was least effective. And then you are gonna evaluate this situation and all of that data that you're getting there, and then you're gonna re-evaluate your planning and plan like again through the whole cycle. So you create another timeline, another strategy, and you adapt all of the stuff that you've planned before to the reality that is showing itself to you. So after the first week, you see that you got no signups during the 3 posting offensives on Facebook that you did. So Facebook marketing might not be a good option for you in your LC reality. You should still do it because it's little work. But for example, if you get the same idea about info booths are a lot of work. It's a lot of time that goes into them. So just do less info booths or do it in a different location. So adapt your plans according to the reality that is presenting itself to you. Cool. And then after that, you just execute. The check-ins should be like every week, every other week. I did 3 check-ins in my first recruitment. That was too little, but yeah, just doing that like every week should be good. And then you just execute the whole timeline, you reevaluate, you adapt your timeline, and plan again, and do it better and even better. And in the end, you're going to have a full LC with awesome members, and that's the goal here. Cool. So I just said that I wanted to give you some more tips on online marketing. Basically, I've like 4 big tips, which is first, create imaginary deadlines for everything. It's not just for online marketing, but for everything. Just like we're all students, and you know that students are always doing stuff on the like last day possible. At least I am like that myself, so I'm gonna assume that for everyone else. So what you want to do is basically creating an imaginary deadline 3 or 4 days from the first time you're posting on Facebook, or from the info event that you did, like people that did not sign up right away on the event or during the event. You can just like write a reminder into the event or stuff like that, that they should apply by whatever. So it's just an imaginary deadline that is not really there, for them to create an artificial sense of urgency, so they sign up. Then you have multiple times posting. So for each of those deadlines, you're going to remind the people about it. Just tell them like the deadline is in 4 days, and then you tell them the deadline is in 2 days, and then you tell them today is the deadline, so post like sign up now, to create a little bit more of this urgency and this call to action for them to actually apply. On the third point is like direct message everyone. It's people that like your posts in Facebook groups, or like your event, or like want to participate or are interested or stuff like that. You can just write them a direct message. It shows like you're interested in them. It also creates a sense of those people actually caring about me as a person, instead of just wanting me as a student in their student group or whatever. It's just like this more personal connection, and you get people out of that. I promise that to you, because it happened for me. And then the fourth point is delete. Like all of the posts that you did in the different student groups, for example, this is like online marketing related, just delete them after some time, because basically what you're going to do is spam them, and just like go into like mass spamming mode. But after the deadline, the artificial deadline is over, like give them 3 days to cool off, and during that time delete all of the posts that you did. Like a good sign that you're on the right way is posting so long that basically Facebook is like disabling your account from posting any further stuff, so you get to type in all of these captchas proving that you're not a PC or like an artificial intelligence, posting this into the different group and just doing random mass marketing, but an actual person. So that's like pretty stupid and takes a lot of time, but in the end it's worth it. I'm gonna promise that to you. Also a good idea is do crossover marketing. So during all of the different things that you're doing offline, also promote it online as well. So for example, today we are present at the Mensa, for example, and you have an info booth there. Like post a photo of you in front of your info booth into the different student groups, so the people see that you're actually there as a person, and that you're not just like this shady organization that wants to suck the life out of them, but you actually are real people that do stuff, and you want to share that with the other people. That's a good strategy as well. So for example, the marketing events or stuff like that, so like info evenings or stuff, you can post from that as well. You can always like get your members to post about their experiences underneath all the posts you do in the different student groups. So the possibilities are endless. Just try to do as much stuff as possible, and then evaluate what brings the most signups in, and then you do more of that, and you adapt your plans to that. Right, did I forget anything? I don't think so. So if you have any questions, just approach me. And like now I've been talking for about 15 minutes, which is pretty long. I hope you're gonna have a great time during recruitment. When it comes to selection, I can tell you a little bit about that as well. I'm gonna shoot a different video for that, and yeah, right now I'm just gonna wish you a really good time with recruitment. It's one of the most amazing projects in the TM area because it's basically just the stuff that only TM is doing, so nobody else is involved in that project. Or you can involve the other people, but it's like the basic responsibility of TM, so you have the say in everything, and that's just amazing. It's really cool. I really love recruitment. So I hope a little bit of that passion transfers to you guys, and you do really awesome recruitment to get the most members possible, and the best members possible during the upcoming recruitment time. So have a good one, good night, and bye.